What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Apothecary Diaries, this time of Season 2, Episode 3. The plot this season definitely starting to warm up after last episode. Slight confusion about who exactly they're targeting. I think they're targeting Gyoko, considering the clothes that we bought were a little bit suspicious, weren't they? Like, no one should know that she's pregnant. What's Lihua, I think the name is, the blue-haired, forget the name of it now. I want to say courtesan, but it's definitely not courtesan, is it? It's consort. That's the one. Yeah, the blue-haired consort, Liho, I think her name is. I think she's getting targeted as well. I'm not sure if it's by her kind of main maid, or if her main maid at the start of last episode just kind of found out that something bad's happened with her trying to conceive a child again. Which hasn't gone too well so far, has it? But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Thank you guys for the help, anyway, for last week's video. Okay. Lady Jin. Who's that? Yeah, they're using the perfumes, aren't they? I believe, and the yeah, their effects on a woman's body to sabotage them. We did see an ill person doing that for like a split second last episode, I believe. Women can be quite brutal. I mean, obviously men can be as well, but I think women are better at being quite secretive about it. Scheming. This is a classic kind of saying I heard. This men fight with their fists, and women fight with their words. Again, there's always exceptions to that. See, the extreme is there's women UFC fighters, and there's obviously some raggedy ass, rat ass men out there. So that's that's just a mother's instinct. Oh, Oh, he's doing a lot to help this out, isn't he? No, this is a great thing. I understand where he's coming from though. That's your usual reaction. The usual reaction is a little bit of scorn. And she's one of the people that wanted this to happen. I can't remember what it was exactly, but she got stopped, and then Jinchi kind of furthered on her plan for her. And looks like we got to this point, which is awesome. A reward. Yep. We make a great team on this, don't we? In that regard, like he's got the resources and the power to do this. She's got the actual logic of how to actually help these people. Perfect team. Isn't that something people do? They like lick the back of a frog. I was thinking about that because I was just thinking about mushrooms, and if these people in this place accidentally ate some hallucinogenics. But yeah, isn't that also something that makes you hallucinate, like licking the back of like a specific type of frog, something like that? You stink. That is the quite of array, isn't it? Mushrooms right there. Sorry guys, I'm really not too knowledgeable about this time period, so I'm like wondering with the whole bathing situation format, how is it as easy as she can just like go have a bath after a situation like that? I feel like it wouldn't be, but perhaps again I don't really know. I feel like it wouldn't be as easy as she just hops in the shower and gets sorted out. I feel like she probably did just switch her clothes. I knew. See, I wanted to pause because I knew when I was yapping there. I would miss some dialogue. But yeah, like I said, if any of you guys know, please do let me know. Again, I can't imagine it's as easy as someone in Mau Mau's position just to as easily like get a shower or to bathe easily. But again, I don't really know. But I think I remember in like older time periods. Again, I don't know this specific one in Asia, but bathing and such was quite a rarity and quite a I wouldn't say prestigious, but yeah, it wasn't done so often, and yeah. Yeah. So I think it makes sense that someone would maybe want revenge on her and poison her. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would be relieved at that woman's death. It seems like. Definitely. She's just not that kind of person. Is my answer to that. She just isn't that type of person. That's the thing. There's still things you can figure out after someone's died, but it becomes a lot harder, I believe. People want fresh bodies and such like that. People that deal with dead bodies, they like to do it as quick as possible. But yeah, my point is that there's still things you can understand, even if she's dead. So what is that? I'm gonna strange mushroom. Doesn't look like a mushroom, does it? But then again, there's mushrooms out there that look very weird. Looks like something you see in the ocean. um, this, we know. Just loves. She just can't help it, and much more ethical doing that to yourself than someone else, isn't it? I've mentioned this before. You'd find a lot in the past. I mentioned the dead body thing. I think I probably mentioned this in season 1, but I mentioned the dead body thing earlier. People want bodies fresh, so they can like do their tests and understand more about how a person died or such better. The kind of more recent it is. But also, again, I think I mentioned this in season 1. The fact that a lot of her about her experiment herself. A lot of the time during the past, people would try and dig up dead bodies and try and experiment or practice their medical kind of procedure on a dead body, like an amputation, for example. They'd practice that on a dead body. Obviously, it's a lot more ethical than doing it on living people, but still very unethical to dig up the dead bodies of people that have been buried and work on them. But that was one of the only ways people could actually practice back then. Like there obviously isn't the materials and such we have nowadays. Even nowadays, there's not really enough kind of materials for people that do work in the kind of health sector. But I always thought that was quite interesting. The fact that people willing to go that far to kind of help humanity, that they're willing to actually break a few kind of laws to actually get better at that kind of stuff and make medical breakthroughs. I imagine we'll see that at some point in this series, you know. But almost like, yeah, just literally like shoving it in her face spitefully. I almost feel like, I don't know, I almost feel like we don't really want to figure this out. Might sound bad because I'm not fully knowledgeable about all that's happened here, but and no one deserves to die. But it seems like that yeah, that woman Jin was not a fantastic person. Then again, there's no, yeah, you can't put your own personal bias and stuff like this, can you? You just got to do what's right or wrong. In this case, what's right. Yep, now we're on the hunt, like a sniffer dog. Literally. Literally. And that's one old body. Suppose the mushrooms that she saw that she saw there were a tell of where the body was. Oh, I don't think that was any accident, the body being buried there, was it? Hmm. Okay. You just had to kill her as well. Okay. The mushroom. Okay. Valuable mushrooms. Oh. At least he does it respectfully. That's a shame, isn't it? Oh, they missed one. I've always kind of liked the thought of, um, I mentioned about like coffins and stuff. I've always kind of liked the thought of when you die, kind of giving back into the earth, if that makes sense, using your kind of body as kind of nutrients to kind of still be in the world, if that makes sense. So you're still like a part of the world, even though you're passed on. I'm not sure if that's like stupidly like idealistic or anything. I heard that somewhere once, and I was like, yeah, you know what, that's actually quite lovely. Like when you pass by and go, kind of give back in a sense. But yeah, away from the point. Great episode. Great episode again. Pretty much, probably more than many of the other stories. I've struggled to fully wrap my head around this one. I'm not sure if that's just because it's quite the sharp kind of story to get us started off, but Mau pretty much summed it all up well there, I think, for someone like me to understand what's exactly going on here. But if you ask me to like fully in detail explain exactly what's going on in this situation, I won't be able to tell you, unfortunately. Again, I think I get the general gist of it. I'll go through it in a minute. We'll go next week. Oh, is that one of the scenes we see from the opener? Replica. It looks like it might be covering something different next week. It kind of does seem like Mau. It seems like things have been kind of fully figured out. Like I said, I'm kind of glad we didn't delve further into like the exact kind of culprits and so on and so forth. I mean, I guess we did find out the culprits was the people that worked under Lady Jin. But yeah, just to get my head around this, the most confusing part to me, the most part that I'm confused about the most is probably a better way of wording it, is the kind of start of all this. Like I realized Lady Jin died. And it might take me a minute to get my head fully around this. So there was some kind of argument with one of her maids who looks a lot like her, and she was. I think they said that she met up with the emperor and she was getting a lot of attention. And the emperor didn't pay any attention to the actual consort, the one he probably should be paying more attention to. So there was like, it was quite heated between those two, and then some accident happened where Jin died, and then because they look similar, they got, I think her name was Suo or something like that. They got her to take her place, and then she got ill, I believe. I'm not sure if someone poisoned her. Again, maybe thinking that was still the old Jin. But yeah, she got ill, and then that was a whole, and then they just weren't able to kind of. I'm missing something in between this part and the next part. There was some reason as to why she just couldn't carry on. People would have realised that wasn't actually her, so then the maids poisoned her and killed her as well. So it was a bit of a domino effect of she potentially, again, it wasn't for certain, but from Mao's thinking, she potentially killed Jin, and then the effect of that was then she was put in her position, but then the same that happened to Jin kind of happened to her, where her maids then killed her, which is quite ironic, isn't it? But yeah, I think I've got my head around that, and they obviously tried hiding the body in the place where we found the mushrooms and found her body. I think I got my head around that. Like I said, the most confusing part for me is the start of that. But again, I mentioned it here. Mau summed this up brilliantly, even for someone as slightly confused as I am to get a better and clearer picture of the whole situation. I'm not sure if this has much to do with the. I don't know if this has much to do with the perfume situation we've got going on. I think perhaps it does, because we did see someone quite ill and maybe have a similar mark potentially touch the kind of perfumes last episode. But again, I'm slightly confused, so if you guys could help me out, that would be very much appreciated. Like I said during the preview here, it looks like we've got a quite different focus next week, so yeah, a bit of a fresh start, which will probably do me good. Like I said, I feel like my head's a bit hazy. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Hopefully I've understood things to a decent degree there. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date, and I'll see you guys next week with episode 4.